interesting.
We're
I haven't
live.
seen that. Okay.
I've seen people sponsor
This
resolutions.
is Health Corrections and Institutions Friday, it's Thursday, March 26th. We are off the floor working on our capital budget. We do have one decision that we have to make that will help Scott with the spreadsheet, a dollar amount and language, and John is working on our next draft. He will be here in about 10 minutes or so, 5 or 10 minutes, I hope. So I want a conversation of follow-up with James and Troy. They had a conversation with a member of the broadband board, who is one of our colleagues, Representatives Sebelius. So can you share with us what
Yeah,
you want?
sure. So essentially, the prognosis for any sort of match funds or support from broadband board right now is pretty slim. So there are two sets of grants coming out of those. These are all federal grants coming out of the board. They're called BEAD grants, broadband equity something AD. Two pots of money. One is the what's the word?
Not deployable.
Yeah, deployable and non-deployable.
Yeah.
The deployable is for getting the fiber out there. Non-deployable grants are for what you do with the fiber once it's there.
Yeah.
This project would fall within the non-deployable grants.
Yeah.
No state has received those grants yet.
Right.
And there is no real anticipation that those federal grants are going to arrive anytime soon, certainly not predictable. There's no indication that those conversations are happening. She was remembering this, so I don't know if it's accurate, but somewhere in the vicinity of $100 million worth of grants, but
For
not
the state? Or
for each state.
For each state.
Yeah. But not anticipating anytime soon that the feds are going to release those grants or have an action plan for those grants.
Right.
It's a long way of saying the likelihood of getting any money out of the board for this project is pretty slim.
Somewhere around none.
So I would say we need to stay close to what we were going to put in, and where we need some of the other funding you talked about. We possibly put some there, but I would say we pretty much stay almost whole on this.
Yeah, well, we had talked about was just dropping it to 3 million instead of 3.3. So it's an easier number to track.
It's funny, I was gonna say 3 million.
We got the ESP.
So what I'm hearing is 3 million for Wi-Fi with language. That 3 million about, this is what John, I think, is working on, to look at language between the letter we sent last year and the memo that was sent to us from ADS yesterday, to pick up pieces of that planning, development, work with DOC, start installing it, and report back to us. So is that where we are? 3 million with the language? And hopefully John has the language and he's working on it.
Questions though. The first one is for Troy and James. I think I understand it, but the deployable, that is only for towns that don't have broadband? No, not deplorable.
It's running the fiber. Yeah. So I
Okay,
don't
so the fact
know
that we're doing
where
hardware
that fiber
doesn't.
goes, but it's running the fiber.
Okay, so our hardware doesn't get us in there.
Right.
Okay.
So that is the deployable one, right?
Deployable, yeah.
And the deployable is more.
Non-deployable, yeah.
Non-deployable.
Is what you do with it once it's there.
Once it's there.
So that could be thought of as deployable will be like running it to a property, and then non-deployable will be within a property.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think
more or less,
that-
is that the
that feels
difference?
accurate to me. I mean, I learned about this,
Whole new
a while ago.
language for us. So 3 million cash with language.
Yes,
We've agreed that we keep the 26,000, we don't reallocate that for the ag fair,
right.
and we will send them a letter after the fair. We get the bill out.
Yep.
We've put the balance of the bond, which is about 39,000.
Without that 26, it's $13,413. Scott, more CFO, sorry.
So just put that in major maintenance.
That's good.
And then whatever the balance is in the cash,
Right now, if you spend 3 million, you have 1.25.
put that with the women's facility.
Yes,
Did you want, okay. So, John must be listening to us.
John?
Here's how
no, I think.
John
he
listens to
just
all.
He just texted.
Benevolent though.
You want $513,413 added to major maintenance.
That's what you decided.
And I have a placeholder cash provision for women's correctional facility with no dollar figure. Yes to major maintenance. Yes. And let me just say 3 million for Wi-Fi. And what would be the cash balance?
So yes.
If you did 3 million for Wi-Fi, you'd have 125
Sideways thumb.
Hang on, folks. 1, 2,
5 0 0 0 0. 1.25 million left over for women's.
yes to major maintenance and 3 million for Wi-Fi and balance 1.250 to be put out and limits put in. I hate my fingers.
So like, can I state the obvious in the form of a question? Well, I think I just did, but the $3 million is basically meant to force the hand of someone else. Because do we remember from a previous memo how long it takes to actually do all this work? We don't, right? We do. We don't.
We don't, but we gotta put their feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Right, we've got.
Doesn't appear it's gonna happen if we don't.
Okay. so
Yeah, I would agree with that.
John's gonna
Thank you.
confirm with you, Scott.
All right.
No, it's just kind of to. Oh, you know what language is missing?
Uh-oh.
We didn't have this, the juvenile center language in here, did we?
Mhm. Oh,
Right. Has that been written?
Oh, yeah, it's in the appropriations bill.
So that
Can you
just
check what it
matches
is?
up with theirs.
the one is staying with the fire hazard.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yes,
Yes.
not doing quad, but that's. Thanks.
Gone. Any more happy birthday messages?
Nothing management busy.
I wanna get this done, but I don't wanna rush it through, okay? We have to do it tomorrow morning to go to that, do you think would very be better? It's us. A bit of
We're
time.
gonna be one short. she said.
Right now, we're pretty short.
Fair point.
Three.
No, we do one.
I don't think we have a whole lot of
Short right now.
conflict points left. We're just making sure we get the language right, the money matches.
So, while we're on hold, I think it'd be good if we just got off YouTube, could John maybe take another 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes? So it might be good just to go off YouTube.